Hello, everybody. My name is Juan Carlos Brando. Thank you so much for joining us today with the attorney Margaret W. Wong and Associates. In today's show, we're going to be talking about immigration. So, if you have any questions regarding to this topic, immigration, either work-based visas or family-based petitions, just send us your comments, send us your questions, and the attorney Margaret W. Wong will be answering all of your questions today live, and of course it's going to be free. So let's welcome the attorney Margaret W. Wong. Hello, Ms. Wong. How are you doing today?
I'm very good, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for having us today. I know you are in Atlanta. Um, well, I bet it's a busy day for you as always. But I just wanted to start by talking about this new year. And well, it's not new anymore, but is the Chinese New Year. And how do you prepare yourselves regarding to the new the Chinese New Year? What do you do to start a new
Yes,
year?
always have a great dinner the night before the Chinese New Year. It's called we reunite the whole family and have a big dinner. Like in the olden days, the villages they have like hundreds of people. We all get together to have a community dinner to celebrate the coming of the dragon, the coming of the New Year. Then on New Year's Day, families go visit each other and give young people hongbao, like the red envelopes with money inside or coins inside, or bring each other gifts. Even in China now, all the workers, because they all city and they take a trip back home, and then they normally spend 10 days there. So the normally 10 days, most businesses are closed, and you just celebrate time with families and friends. But nowadays in America, we take off maybe 1 day. But because I'll be in our New York office Monday, which is the third day of New Year, our New York staff this time is complaining because normally they get at least 1 or 2 days off during Chinese New Year because that's our culture. So now we're teasing them. We say we'll make up another 1 or 2 days vacation for them because I'm going. So they're all working Monday, which is the third day of the New Year, which is nice.
That's good, Ms. Wong, and thank you so much for sharing. And also, there are some people concerned about or just asking questions about DACA. People that their status is going to expire this year, 2024. So, what should they do in order to keep their DACA this new term?
Yes, make sure you apply 120 days before it expires, because DACA work permit you can only do 4 months ahead, not 180 days ahead like the regular asylum work permit or 42B work permit. And even if you have a criminal record, apply for it anyway. Then they'll RFV you, they'll ask you questions about a criminal record. Then you respond with a criminal record, because a lot of people thought, oh, I have a criminal record, I should not apply. Apply for it, but explain it. So maybe you still get it, because then show the criminal record is not a serious crime, but DUI is bad, so don't have a DUI. But like a minor misdemeanor, or because in Ohio, if you have three speeding tickets or driving tickets, it's considered a minor misdemeanor. Even each ticket is considered a minor misdemeanor. So it depends on the state, but definitely apply and fight for your DACA. Because the law currently, because Trump didn't like DACA, if you didn't apply for DACA, there's no more DACA. You cannot apply. If you lost your DACA for more than a year, or you didn't have money to apply and you didn't apply for it more than a year, technically you lost it and there's no more. So I always tell people to apply for it. Let them deny you if they deny, so at least you did not miss your 1 year rule.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And well, we have a first question coming in This is interesting and sad at the same time. It says, "Hi, my brother got into a fight. Somebody tried to beat him up, and he defended himself. He fled the scene, but later on, he surrendered in front of the police. Now he has an ice hold. How can we fight a potential deportation? He applied for Venezuelan TPS."
Oh, so Venezuelan case. Since you have not pled guilty, even if you're pled guilty, as long as it's not an aggravated felony or so, I mean, I shouldn't say that, but normally it's your first offense, you need to hire a lawyer to request bond. If you're on parole, you can ask for parole to come back, to come out of jail. Immigration may accept a bond. Normally, immigration does not give parole, so I would request bond with a judge.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. Don't forget that the attorney Margaret W. Wong is in the city of Atlanta today, but she has offices in 7 cities of the United States: Atlanta, Chicago, Cleveland, Columbus, Nashville, New York, and Raleigh, North Carolina. And the phone number is 216-279-3984. You can see it at the bottom of this transmission right there. And the attorney Margaret W. Wong will be happy to take care of your immigration needs. Next question comes from Lamara. It says, "Hi, of cancellation of removal is if cancellation of removal is denied, can I adjust status for a family member later?"
Depends. If your case is still in court on appeal and you entered legally to America, you can still adjust status. But if the case is denied and you lose all the appeals, you need a motion to reopen to adjust status.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And Lamara, if you have any other question, please give us a call. The phone number is 216-279-3984, and get in touch with the attorney Margaret W. Wong. Hi, what are the requirements for H-1B?
H-1B season is now. If you go to USCIS, just type in USCIS, you're going to see a lot of pages. Just on the search, just say H-1B. Oh, a lot of things will come up. H-1B means that you have a university level education, but in India or England, sometimes 3 years is equivalent to a 4-year American bachelor's degree. That's okay. Also, it has to be the job offer you got has to be a specialty occupation. That means it should be an accountant, lawyer, doctor, marketing analyst. Marketing analyst is always a difficult occupation. In the olden days, when people like us got H-1Bs, it's more professional occupation, musicians, high-level chefs, we can all do H-1Bs. Nowadays, no more. So musicians, unless they teach music, they're not H-1B. Like chamber music, orchestra players, they're more old ones. They're no longer H-1B. So you can just Google what is H-1B. It's all there. Everything now is on Google. It's not so much the information, it's how to work with the information they gave you and how to get that visa.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And don't forget, in the law firm of the attorney Margaret W. Wong, we have attorneys that are experts in family petitions, work-based petitions, cancellation of removal, asylums, U visa, VAWA, any type of visa that you can apply from the United States. And if you are living in the United States and you have a removal order or deportation process against you, you need to call a good attorney that is going to take care of your case. So write down the phone number 216-279-3984, and don't wait till the last minute, because when it's the last minute, there's no much the attorney can do, and besides of delaying the process, but it's going to be more time, it's going to be a lot of stress for you, not for the attorney, because they know what they are doing and they have been doing this for several years. But for the person that is in trouble, sometimes it's too late to start working in a case. So if you have a case and you need to talk to an attorney, talk to the attorney Margaret W. Wong. The phone number 216-279-3984. Hi, Mrs. Margaret. Thank you so much for this live Q&A. I have a question. I married a Mexican in Mexico, where we are living now. We got married in November last year. Can I start the process of petition? How can I do it from Mexico? Thank you very much.
Okay, so yes, you could in the olden days before COVID, if you are living already in Mexico or India, if you're married an Indian or Chinese national, you're living there, you can actually do what we call upfront adjudication. You get all the forms ready, and you can actually go to the American embassy with your last 1 year or 3 year tax return. You file everything up front. They should approve the case in about 3-4 months. Then she can come with you. Now, I presume you're an American citizen. You're still living with her in Mexico. I would make you an American. So there's American Citizen Services. I would ask them and see if they do upfront adjudication. They personally tell you no, but don't tell them I'm telling you it's no. Ask them, because they may feel sorry for you, and explain to them why you are sort of in a hurry. Because then it's very fast. You bring in the I-130, the DS-260. It's very easy. But knowing them now, because everybody is short of workers, they want you to do the I-130. So there are two ways to do it. If they're willing to do upfront adjudication, you bring in the I-130, you bring in the DS-260, you bring in the 864 and the tax returns and all the forms. They may even give it to you when you go meet with them. The second thing to do it is, if they say no, then you have to file the I-130 in America, and there is a location that if you want to call me, I can give it to you. If not, it's on the web. That's what we call a standalone I-130. On the last third page on the form, they'll ask if your wife, if your spouse is in America, where should you adjust? If she's overseas, where do you go? So you can, they say, Cedar Juarez, or where now Mexico, all American embassies do IVs now, do immigrant visa. So you can do Mexico City, I mean, wherever you want, closest to. And then I-130 would take 3 months to 12 months for approval. It'll go to a National Visa Center, you pay the fee, and then you get an interview notice after 7 to 9 months. The whole process would take at least 1.5 years, if not more. Then you either come back to America to work and file tax return, or you stay in Mexico with her when this process is doing. But the first thing, if I were you, I would ask, because it's really not fair. You're living there, and it's not like you're living in America, you just married her and you need to come back to work. The first thing is do, so sometimes it doesn't hurt not to bring her, because American embassies are weird worldwide. You would think they represent America and needs a good face in front of locals. They don't. Normally, American services overseas, they're serviced by either local people or American officers. They're not too nice, they sort of look down on people like us. I can tell you stories about citizen services, but because you're a citizen, you may want to go alone, or maybe have her wait outside, or maybe go. It's up to you, but I can tell you now, anytime you bring a local in on American services, sometimes they're not too nice. They just don't like the locals. They just think we all lie and cheat and all want to come to America.
Yeah, that's interesting, Ms. Wong. And yeah, that's what you say is true. But this couple seems to be very happy in Mexico. So if you're happy there, just take your time, do everything you have to do, and eventually you're going to make it here sooner or later. If you need advice, just give us a call, 216-279-3984, and talk to the attorney Margaret W. Wong. Hello, Madame Wong. After I-130 is approved and send it to the embassy abroad, does the applicant need to apply for DS-160, or the applicant has to wait for the embassy to contact them?
I presume it's a green card issue. The green card form is assume it's the same question. I'm an American citizen. I applied for the I-130 for my wife or for my mother and father. The approval will go to National Visa Center, NVC. NVC would issue a 2-page letter for you, a half letter size envelope. You need to follow instructions, pay the fee, the 120, 325, and there is a DS-260. I hope I'm answering the right question, right? Your question is I-130 approved. What's the next step? Which is it doesn't go directly to American Embassy. It goes to National Visa Center, and you pay the fee, and then you do the DS 260, not 160.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. So if you need more information, just give us a call, 216-279-3984. This question, Ms. Wong, I think I have seen this before, not in my life, but I've seen. Oh, Ms. Wong, is the I-730?
Oh, 730. Okay.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yes, it goes directly to the American Embassy. It doesn't go to NVC, and then the kid should come. It's either a husband, a spouse, or a child. 730, yeah. I-130 goes to NVC. 730 directly goes to American Embassy.
That's
And
what people apply when they get the asylum granted, Ms. Wong?
asylum grant,
Oh,
580.
that's good to know. Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. Don't forget, 216-279-3984. This next question is, my husband is an ex-military. He's very violent. My daughters and I are afraid of him because he becomes like crazy, especially at night, too aggressive, and he has weapons at home. I fear for our lives. I am from Brazil. Is there something I can do? I have no documents.
Okay. Definitely, you do a Wawa case. Wawa case, you don't even need to divorce him if you're scared. But if you're divorced, you have to file within 2 years of that divorce. Wawa means there's an abuse from a green card or citizen spouse. And absolutely do Wawa. You and your daughter, I presume the daughter is not his, is a foreign born. So you can either do two abuse. I personally like to do two because whatever happened to the relationship is mom. So the daughter's chance of success is very, very high because for yours to be successful, we have to prove bona fideness of the relationship. It's not a sham marriage and stuff like that. But I've heard this a lot from ex-military that they're just so traumatized by the war that they're very violent when they're at home.
Yeah, sometimes, Ms. Wong, is what they call the PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And well, we don't know what they have seen. I have a lot of respect for the veterans and for everybody who has fought for this country. But it's a reality what you are just talking about, and I hope that all the family can figure out a way to get around this situation. Emily Marshall is asking the next question. Can you comment on the bill passed in the House about deporting non citizens with DUI convictions as federal grounds for inadmissibility and just for individual states?
I think it's all silly. Every congressman, senator can position a bill. I don't think these bills will ever pass because any bills to pass, you need both the Senate and the House, and then the president of the veto or to sign. So I won't even worry about bills. As I said earlier, there's three types of laws. One is the real law, approved by both the Senate and the House and signed or vetoed by the president. One is very uh, agency. That's why the Chevron principle is like you defer to the agency rules. Agency in immigration works, Department of Labor, Homeland Security, which is three departments, CIS, ICE, and CBP. Those are Homeland Security branches. We have our own promulgations, our executive orders. Those are more directly from Mr. Merrick Garland or Mr. Mayorkas or the White House. So those are very much rules promulgated only by the agency. Then the third is the president's executive order. So it's like DACA. DACA is a president's thing. That's why they keep attacking DACA. 601A is a president's thing. That's why there's no budget. The Obama started it. DACA Obama started it on June 15th. So these three laws, I would not expect. If I were you, I wouldn't look at these House and Congress bills and stuff like that. the whole thing you can prevent is do not. I know it sounds stupid, right? It's like Mrs. Reagan used to say, just say no. um, don't have criminal records, because I don't think any of these bills should pass. Like New York, years and years ago, when the rich man was the mayor, Mr. Bloomberg, he passed a rule saying that anybody who have drug offense, the first offense, he'll give a vacate so they can at least get green card. But then even cases with vacates, when we go into immigration, they give us a hard time because that's a mayor's thing. It's not a federal thing. So it's the same thing. Sorry about that. I don't mean to be rude.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And yeah, I mean, it's a lot of comments, but I think there's a. I find interesting this proposal, and also uh, if I talk about the people from my country that are coming just to make mess and disorder, especially in the city of New York, I would say this is a good thing to do because we're not supposed to break the law in the country that is receiving us with open arms. We are supposed to be good people, to do good things, to behave and to obey the law. But if they are coming to do that, I mean, I would say uh, they need to be stopped.
Yes.
Definitely, they need to be stopped. Okay, this next comment is Happy Chinese New Year, Miss Wong. Wishing you a lot of success this year to help more immigrants. Thank you so much. Um, Ms. Wong, does it mean that V92 is a non immigrant visa?
I have my reading glasses, so I couldn't see. What's a V92?
V92 is a kind of visa.
That's a good question. I don't know what 92 is. V visa was the old like late life amnesty. So in December year 2000, when a lot of Mexicans, Chinese, but it's more Mexicans, not the Central Americans. We have I-130 filed by amnestia husband for my wife. It took years for approval. So they gave you a V visa. A V visa is like a non-immigrant visa. It's like a B2, a student visa or tourist visa, where you can come back and forth to America. You have V1, V2. V1 is the wife, V2 is the children. So you can still come to America. V visa means you're waiting for status, but I don't know what a V92 is. If you can
Yeah.
send that would be
That's the derivative. Family members are sometimes referred to as visas 92
that.
beneficiaries.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
V
yeah.
the late
So I think that the form that you fill out is I-730, and then you get the visa, which is the V92, so you can come to the United States.
oh,
That's
okay.
what I understand here.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. But this is for people that are overseas,
Okay.
not people that are in the United States.
Make sure you get an A5 work permit. A5 work permit now is 5 years now. So what it is if it's a I-730, that's an asylum grant. So for example, I have children that's 12 years old, that's back in China or Mexico. Once they come in the airport, they should immediately order a A5 work permit, because beneficiaries, you can travel. So once they come, you can also apply for a I-131. Now they can start traveling. The principal cannot go home because I won my asylum grant because I have a fear of going home. So don't go home until you get citizenship. But if you come as a beneficiary, you can travel back and forth, back and forth. But make sure you also get an A5, because with the A5 you get the permanent social. And then 1 year after the 1 year and 1 day after the entry, you apply for green card.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And well, I think our time is almost over, but I have another question here that is very interesting. It says, how can I file I-485 even if the I-130 is pending and I have an RFE? Thank you.
Yes. Yes, you could, but the reason I don't know why you didn't file it together with the I-130. Normally, people don't file the 45 because you have a case in court, so you need the I-130 approval. File the 45 with the court, and either dismiss it or go to court and adjudicate the 45. So if you have no court case, the 45 should have been filed concurrently with the I-130. So yes, you can file it with a receipt notice. I would not file it with the RV. So what I would do if I were you, RV is 90 days. So you file the response for RV, but immediately file the 45 with the receipt notice of the 45. Don't file it with that RV, then they may, who knows what they do.
Yeah, that's right. And well, we have another comment, another question right here. Miss Wong, I was charged with driving without license 2 times, and I was caught with a foamy ID. That was back in 2014. I filed for TPS 2 years ago, and I never got an answer. I just got a letter that I received 3 days ago, and it says that I need to provide the certificate of disposition of those cases. Um, what does this mean? I'm concerned about the foamy identification that I was not guilty of. I did not apply for
Well, you need
those.
courts to get the final disposition. That means that the court wants to know what you pled guilty to. Depends on what state you are. I think you should still get your TPS. I think you'll be okay. As long as it's not serious DUI, theft, or something. But get the certified judgment entry. If you need to talk to someone, you can call us or talk to a lawyer where you live. But it's more the state law that what's the criminal acts. But go get a certified judgment entry. If I were you, I would have attached the certified judgment entry when you filed the TPS. Don't wait for them.
Yeah, I think it's this person says that is in Ohio.
Oh, nice. My jurisdiction. Yeah, it's okay. You should get it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ms. Wong, our time is up, and thank you so much for this time. We're always looking forward to hear from you and to talk to you because you always have a good advice for us. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
And have a safe return to, well, you are going to Columbus, Ohio tomorrow to take care of people there, and then you go back to Cleveland. And next week, Ms. Wong is going to be Monday in New York, Tuesday in Raleigh, North Carolina, Wednesday in Cleveland, Thursday she will be in Cleveland as well, and Friday she will be in Nashville, Tennessee. So thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for doing all of this effort of going onto a plane every single day to go back and forth. That's a major effort that you do every single week. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. See you next time. And for everybody who has joined us today, don't forget the phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. Talk to the attorney, Margaret W. Wong, who has over 46 years working in the immigration field in the United States, serving the Hispanic and African Asian community everywhere in the world. Thank you so much. Have a good lunch and see you next time.